So how can we stop CCP's infiltration in this country?
I think we have to start telling people the truth about the Chinese Communist Party. We have to tell people about the Uyghurs that have been stuck there effectively in those internment camps. We have to tell people about the slave labor, people sewing T-shirts together with their teeth and then shipping those to America for Americans to enjoy their cheap goods. So there is a price that has to be paid when you ignore the abuses that are perpetuated in the name of the Chinese people by a Chinese Communist Party that could care very little about the Chinese people, could care very little about what is good for the world. They have a 100-year plan to destroy the free world as we know it, and America has to get out of our 24-hour news cycle before the Chinese Communist Party assumes the role of leader of a free world where none of us will be free.
Oh, yes, absolutely. You nail it. So this is what happened to the CCP's infiltration because they were given the permission by the American government or people to steal technology and to, set up the police station. So a lot of the problems started from within. It's this country. There are people who are willing to put America up for sale. And the CCP turns out to be the highest bidder. And we know this is a capitalist society. So, and we're deeply troubled by CCP not only persecuting its own people back in China or the Uyghurs concentration camp, but CCP has weaponized the U.S. federal government agencies like the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI, and also you heard about the CCP virus. The COVID-19 came from the Wuhan bioweapon lab. They got the funding from NIH, and that is the American taxpayer dollar-funded federal government agency. So we're talking about America is funding the rise of the CCP and funding the CCP's expansion to this country and infiltration in this country. How can we stop that?
Well, look, if you don't know that your soul is for sale, you're very likely to give it away for free. And the soul of America is for sale because the Chinese Communist Party is in bed with people that put their hand on the Bible and swore an oath to defend this nation from all threats, foreign and domestic. And so when you look at what happened in Afghanistan, with Kabul being abandoned, and now fast forward, you have a Chinese Communist Party that forms a 25-year deal with the Taliban to extract oil from Afghanistan. When you see Russia now effectively being the leading importer of crude oil to China at the hands of that Chinese Communist Party, passing Saudi Arabia, all of the things that have happened on Joseph Robinette Biden's watch have allowed this Chinese Communist Party to gain power, to gain influence, all the way down to Namibia, where they're getting the uranium for pennies on the dollar because America has forgotten that it is our responsibility to lead. And so, yes, we need people to open their eyes and recognize that just because the Chinese Communist Party is not necessarily showing up on your front doorstep, the things that they do, from the TikTok with your children, to the foreign policy with the Taliban, to effectively propping up the Ayatollah in Iran, all right, with billions and billions and billions of dollars, all of it leads to a scenario where by the time you wake up to the threat, it is far too late.
Yeah.